What's going on, guys? Flick here, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 16 West Ham career mode save. We're still in the summer transfer window, and we're looking to finish that up in today's episode, simulating a couple of matches, including this one against Aston Villa. I don't really expect them to be much of a threat. It's a home match as well, so no reason not to simulate that. And we will definitely be playing these Chelsea matches as well as the Spurs match, but I might be simulating these matches against Molde FK. Depending how we do in the simulated matches, if I have to play this second leg, I will, but if we're sitting pretty good after the first leg, I'm just going to simulate them both. But let's get into some more signings and hopefully add a couple of players to this team. So we're still having some issues adding Vendel to the club. He's not willing to move unless we give him some more money. So we offered him 75 last time. I'm going to offer him 80 this time around. And we'll even give him a 5% clean sheet bonus. We're going to give him the 3 years and a crucial first team player. We'll see if he does accept this contract offer this time around. But we do have some good transfer news. Everton has accepted our 23 million bid for John Stones. So now we got to get into contract negotiations with him. He wants 80 grand a week and 4 years for his contract deal. We do have the budget for it, so we'll see if Stones is willing to make the move over from Everton over here to West Ham. And finally, Vendel has accepted our 3-year deal, 80 grand, and the 5% clean sheet bonus. He's going to be a great addition to the team. We needed a better left back than Aaron Cresswell. Cresswell is still going to be getting consistent play time, but I think Vendel is for sure an upgrade. And now that we have added Vendel, our team is really starting to shape up. Only 3 of our players are under the 80 overall rating, and Vendel at 81 has some immense physical stats. Look at it, he's so quick, and he's such an aggressive player that I think he's going to be able to burst up the pitch and score a couple goals on the overlap. But we'll take a look at his skill attributes. He's also quite skillful, and he does have the high medium work rate, which is what I look for in a fullback. 3-star skill moves as well, 5'9", and he does have the tactician specialty. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be simulating this match against Aston Villa, who, to be fair, they won 1-0 against Spurs, so not a bad result for them. But Vendel, in his debut match, gets a goal 4 minutes into the game. That's why I signed him. He's a top player, and he's going to be able to score some goals for us this year, whether that be through simulated matches or whether that be when we're actually playing with the team. Hopefully we can get one more goal just to ensure our advantage in this game and pick up the 3 points. Couple yellow cards for us as we get into the last 20 minutes. They're going to make some substitutions, but Traore gets the second goal, and the substitute manages to make it 2-0, and we do manage to pick up the 3 points. Good win there for us. We've got a transfer offer from Liverpool for Adrian. He's not going to be playing too big of a role for us this year, but I'm hesitant to sell him to Liverpool. I'm going to say $7.5 million is the price that Liverpool has to pay. It's a pretty steep upgrade over his actual value, and I think that's a good amount of money for him. And the John Stones negotiations was no problem. He accepted the deal right away, so that is going to bolster up our defense, and we're looking really strong defensively now. We're not going to concede a lot of goals. We get another 82 rated player added to the team. And here's a closer look at John Stones' stats. Already a ton in the dark green as well as the light green. Really excited to use this guy. And him paired up alongside Riedewald is going to be an immense defensive backline for us. And I've mentioned it multiple times now. I think our defense is one of the strongest in the Premier League now. We got Vendel, we've got Stones, we've got Riedewald, and we've got Sebastian Young, who's only 78 rated, but he seems to outplay his rating. So our defense is looking really solid. Right now we've got about 20 million to work with, but I'm going to see if I can get some more funds from the board. I've increased our league objective to win the league title, and I'm asking for 10 million more. And we'll see if the board does give it to us, and I have a feeling they will because they believe in our chances of winning the league with a little bit more cash. So it looks like the board is willing to work with us, not willing to give us the full 10 million, but they're willing to give us 7 million, which is more than enough in my opinion. So we're going to go ahead and accept that, giving us about 25 to 27 million here in the transfer budget, enough for us to sign one key player. So for the large majority of Champions League games, I will be playing them, but for these ones against weaker opponents, I think we're pretty set to go ahead and simulate, even though the game is still at 1-1. Zarate picking up a penalty early on in the match, but Bendixson tying things up only 2 minutes later. Hopefully we can get a couple more goals and continue our form after winning our previous simulated match. As we get into the second half now in the 60th minute, still 1-1. As we get into the last 20 minutes, Entep gets a crucial goal for us. Can we make one more? This goal differential is important, but no, it ends at 2-1 as we go to our home leg now. Here's the team that we're bringing out against Chelsea. I'm excited to see how Vendel and Stones do stack up against what I'm assuming to be a very strong Chelsea attack force. Here is the Chelsea lineup for this one, and not too many changes, really. They've added Hummels, and it looks like they've got Kennedy starting up top for them, Ches Fabregas at that center attacking mid position. So a lot of their youngsters have started to grow, and we'll see if they can really make an impact against our strong defense. Can't let Lucas Piazon get the ball back from me like that. Are you kidding me? They're gonna score off that. I'm not sure why Arrizabalaga even went out of his box. He couldn't have gotten much power on that header, but Kennedy gets the opening goal. That is so disappointing. Pyatt's gonna send in the corner kick for us. Let's get ahead on this. Come on, boys. Batshuayi nearly got a goal off, but Cuadrado saves it from going out. It's gonna fall over to John Stones, who's gonna move forward, and John Stones right at the Chelsea keeper. Should have done better with that chance. Could have gotten his opening goal. Here's Entep. Entep's just bursting up. He sees a lot of support here in the middle. Gonna play it forward really nicely to Zarate. Now he's gonna play the through ball over to Batshuayi. Just has to finish it, and that is a silky finish by Batshuayi. He was a bit disappointing for me in the opening couple of games, but I think I just had to get used to him because that's a really great run and a good pass by Zarate to find him. Good to see him score in the Premier League here, and hopefully that's his first of many goals this season. Here's Cuadrado on the ball. He's gonna try to swing this one in. Nice grab by Arrizabalaga. Let's get on the counter, boys. Come on. Oh God. What have I just done? What have I just done? How does he miss on an open net? I don't think I'm going to be taking the ball out of the box anymore. Not a bad half for us there, getting a couple of goal scoring opportunities, managing to score on one of them. Not the best in the possession attribute, so we're going to try to hold the ball up a little bit more, get some good passes together, and get Chelsea on their heels. Oh, good bit of passing by Chelsea, but Arrizabalaga, that's the kind of save I'm talking about. He might have not performed too well earlier in this game, but that save makes up for it. Corner kick for Chelsea. Let's get this one out of here. Arrizabalaga, you gotta grab that. Nice clearance off the line by Hesse, and nice clearance away. Maybe we can get on the counter. Batshuayi looks to play this one inside. It's gonna be Morrow. Hold up play a little bit, and plays out wide. Now it's Sebastian Young, asking the player to keep making the run. It's gonna fall to Zarate. It's gonna skip by a couple of players, still has it. Let's get inside the box here. This is really good for us. And nearly gets taken down. He's gonna try to swing this one in. Oh, Kurt Zouma in the right place at the right time. Cleared out by the Chelsea defense. And now starting the counterattack for us. Sees Zarate making the run. See if he can pull off his signature Burba spin. Gets inside, has the shot. That's gonna be a foul, ref. Not given. Are you kidding me? Come on, one more attack. Let's go. Play this one forward. Oh, this is really good for us. We just need to get the right chance. Play it in the middle and finish it. Lanzini! He freaking got it blocked. He just had to tuck it off to the side. The match is gonna end at a 1-1 draw. We had the opportunities and we didn't take them. And here are the stats. If we would have gotten a win from that game, we would have walked away and it would have been a crime, honestly. Chelsea deserved a point from this one, so I guess it was a fair result. We'll get some more training sessions going, and this time around, Vrijdeveld as well as Ruben Neves go up in their rating. Vrijdeveld up to that 81, and Ruben Neves almost to that 80 rating, which is kind of the minimum I want for players. We got a transfer offer from Ascoli for one of our Youth Academy players, Robert Berg, and we'll be taking the $250,000 added to the transfer budget for him because he's not going to get any playtime. We're going to get some simulation going on in the second leg of our Champions Cup playoff stage match against Molde. It's at home at the bowling grounds, so we should be able to turn up, get a good result for us, and score some more goals. And as I say that, Ruben Neves picking up yet another goal for us, and that should really seal the deal, giving us a 3-1 aggregate, I believe. So it's very unlikely that Molde will come back into this game. As we get into the second half, John Stones makes it 2, and it's good to see him get on the score sheet after he just barely missed in the previous match. But in the last 10 minutes, not too much action going on, and we will be advancing to the next rounds of the Champions Cup as expected. Our final match of the episode will be against Spurs. We've rotated the team around a little bit, but I still think it's strong enough to pick up the win. And that's what I was talking about earlier. The reason I'm so happy with the transfers we made is we can rotate around the team and still have a very strong starting 11, regardless if we're playing first team players or second team players. We'll take a look at the Spurs lineup, and they were one of the teams that we potentially would have sold Griezmann to, but here's the lineup they have. Harry Kane starting up front, and they haven't switched around the team too much. I'm not seeing Dele Alli either in the midfield, so they've gone with the interesting starting 11. We'll see if it pays off for them. Hopefully not. Mahrez. Here's a good bit of build-up. This is really nice so far. Lanzini's got some space in front of him. He's going to drag it back and play it in the middle now. Here we got Batshuayi drifting back for us. He's going to try to play the through ball. He's going to keep it, though. Gets it by Heung-min Son and cuts back. Still on it. Batshuayi, his strength is just incredible. Finds Iheanacho, and that was going in the back of the net had it not have been deflected. The 4-1-2-1-2 formation just is not working out for me, so I'm switching to a 4-2-3-1, bringing on Noble for Iheanacho, and seeing how Batshuayi plays as the target man up front. Get that out of here. No, you cannot fall over like that. Mason on the ball. Arrizabalaga with the save, but Dembele pokes it in. What was our defense doing? If you're not going to be able to get to the ball, the last thing you need to do is fall over like that. And Spurs takes advantage of the mistake. It's 1-0 for them. Mahrez on the ball, getting by a couple of Spurs defenders. He's going to try to play it out wide, and here's Batshuayi again playing in the center. It's Mahrez! And Vorm makes the save. You got to put that away, Mahrez. Come on now. There you go. Finally some good passing. Lanzini playing it out wide. It's going to be Antonio. He's got the pace to get around the defense. At least I think he does. And he's going to cut inside, getting by a couple players. Can he finish this one? That was a clean tackle. Fair play on Spurs. They played so well defensively in this first half. And they've got the lead to show for it. Finally some space. Played over the top. That's what we do right here. Antonio playing it through. This is good for us. Lanzini. Can he finish it on the near post? How do you miss that kind of opportunity? After that kind of miss, Lanzini is done. Payet's coming in. We're also bringing on Sam Byram. We're going to let Dimitri Payet take this one. Can he get it over the wall? That is the question. 1.5 bars of power. And he puts it in the back of the net. Dimitri Payet, the impact substitute. And it's all tied up again. Let's push on. Let's get another goal. Let's get the win. We'll take one more look at that free kick. And that couldn't have been placed any better. There's no chance the keeper would have got to that. Payet playing it out wide. It's a good bit of play. Mahrez plays it over the top to Payet. We've got numbers, and we're going to play it out wide to Batshuayi. He sees support in the middle. He's going to play it in the middle, and it's Ruben Neves. That's the kind of finish I'm talking about. That is the team goal I wanted all along, and Ruben Neves did not manage to disappoint. A classy finish there on the near post, and now Vorm is just having a shocker. Let's go. Let's go. That finish, though. Boom. Here we go. Good bit of passing right now. Batshuayi trying to get one more goal for us, and that's got to be another foul, ref. Pretty good free kick position. We'll see if we can get another goal. Of course, it's going to be Payet taking it again for us. We'll see if he can curl it inside the box. 1.5 bars of power. And Dimitri Payet, it is automatic for him. 2 free kick goals on 2 free kick chances. It's 3-1. What a game by Dimitri Payet. And there's the final whistle. It's about time we have a good performance there in the Premier League, picking up the full 3 points against Spurs. And the match stats definitely were in our favor. Let's get into the last bit of the January transfer window, try to make a couple more deals and improve this squad. We've got another transfer offer for Adrian. Still not sure whether the deal with Liverpool went through, so we're going to try to go through negotiations with West Brom and see if they accept a $6.5 million offer. And I'd be happy to sell them off to West Brom, who aren't as big competition as Liverpool. Another training session, and this time Arrizabalaga is going to get up to that 83 rating, and Riedwald's also getting a big jump halfway to the 82. And a couple more transfer offers, this time for Ogbonna, $8.5 million from Leicester City. And I would be willing to part ways with Ogbonna should the right price come in mind. I'm going to say $12 million is going to be the price for Leicester City to pick him up because he's a quality defender, but we do have a number of center backs. We've still got Winston Reid, who could play as our third string center back, as well as Miazga, so I'm not too worried if we sell him. Our other transfer offer is for Iheanacho, and it's a similar situation for him. We have a number of strikers. We have Traore, we have Zarate, of course we have Batshuayi, so I'm not too worried about that. However, Iheanacho is a bit of a bigger squad role for us, so I'm gonna say $20 million is gonna be the price that Palermo has to pay. They do have the money for that, so I wouldn't be surprised if they accept. Our next match will be in the Capital One Cup, and once again I will be simulating this one. It's against Brighton, who are having a pretty good year in, I think it's League One this season, but I still think they're not going to pose us too much trouble in this game, as we get a couple of yellow cards early in the match and still no scoreline going into halftime. Hopefully we can get a couple of goals. Bald Doc is getting the first opening goal in the 49th minute. So let's get a couple of goals here, guys. Come on, 20 minutes left. Batshuayi gets another goal back for us. Can we get a second and get the win? No, the match ends, and we go into extra time now as we get to the 105th minute. This match is just going on and on. Let's get the late winner, Iheanacho. That's what I'm talking about. We get the 2-1 win. I gotta be a little bit more careful about the teams I start because Brighton gave us some trouble. We do have a couple of responses here. The first one being from Leicester City. They're going to match the $12 million counter offer for Ogbonna. Kind of surprised they did that, but hey, he's a quality defender and he's proven himself. So we're going to get about $10 million added to the transfer budget from that. In addition, Palermo is countering our counter offer with 17.5 for Iheanacho. That is a lot of money for him. But I'm going to try to get a bit more. I'm going to increase it up to 19 million, kind of meet him halfway. And if they accept that, we're going to have a lot of money to bring in one more striker to replace Iheanacho. All right, so Alex Song is still declining our contract offers. At this point, I'm done negotiating with him. We can find a better replacement for cheaper money. Palermo, on the other hand, are still staying at that $17.5 million. So I'm going to do something controversial. I think with these extra funds, we can make an improvement to our striker position. Iheanacho has been an awesome player for us. We've trained him up, and we've got a lot of investment in him. I think we pay like $1 or $2 million for him, so he's really proven his worth here at this club. So we're going to accept this offer. It's going to give us about 60 grand. We haven't even allocated the wage budget. So we're going to try to add a big name player before this transfer window's over. All right, guys, in order to fill that striker role, I'm really looking at 3 players that I could potentially sign. One being Sergio Aguero. I inquired about him, and Pellegrini said he's not for sale at any price. However, he says he's worth 37 million. Maybe if I offer somewhere around 45, they'll accept that. Paulo Dybala, worth 38 million apparently. Very affordable, very good player. I think he'd be a great addition to the team and add some pace to the squad. Also, Aubameyang, speaking of pace, he could be a fantastic addition as well. So I'm going to negotiate with all 3 of these guys and try to pick them up. In terms of our center defensive mid position, I think the player that we're going to be going for is actually going to be Julian Weigl. He's only worth 7 million. And for a player that will be rotational, this guy's perfect and he'll fit the bill quite nicely. Dortmund have accepted our 5 million bid for Julian Weigl, so fantastic news right there. We just got to get through these contract negotiations on deadline day. Gonna give him 4 years and see if he accepts a squad rotational player role. As for our strikers, Man City say they want 65.5 million for Aguero. That is a bit pricey, so I think we might toss him off for now. Juventus has accepted a 30 million bid for Dybala. That's a fantastic price in my opinion. But I'm not quite done, and I'm not ready to sign him up quite yet, because Aubameyang, I think I rate him a bit higher than Dybala, and if we can pick him up for roughly 5 to 10 million more, I'd be willing to do that. So I'm going to continue negotiations with Dortmund and see if they accept a bid anywhere under 40 million. All right, some good news and some slightly bad news. We'll start with the bad news first. And Julian Weigl doesn't want to relocate ideally. That just means he wants some more money. So we are going to increase that up a little bit. We'll give him 60 grand, 4 years, and the squad rotational player. But I'm sure you guys saw it. They have actually accepted the 35 million deal for Borussia Dortmund's Aubameyang. That is an incredible price for him. He's going to add so much counterattacking ability to this squad. And he's on 140 grand a week. That is a lot of money, but in my opinion, it is completely worth it. 2 years, crucial first team player. Hopefully, we can sign him up in the last dying hours of deadline day. Weigl has accepted his contract offer, so we're going to add him to the team. Great addition, only 21 years old, and lots of potential ahead of him. Now, I'm a bit concerned about Aubameyang's word here. He says he doesn't want to join the club because he's a top player at Dortmund. I think the move to West Ham kind of suits him because we're in Champions League football, we're in the Premier League, it's a step up, so I'm going to try to give him a lot of money here. 160 grand, 2 years, crucial first team player. Heck, I'll even give him a 5% bonus per goal. I want him at this club. And literally with 2 hours left on deadline day, Aubameyang has accepted our offer. 2 years, 200,000 a week on wages, and a 20% bonus for his goals. But hey, if he can score some goals for us this season, I think this transfer is going to pay off. We still have 17 million left in the remaining transfer budget. And because we did sell off Adrian in the transfer window, we're going to pick up this free agent goalkeeper. I don't think he's going to get any play time, but this is just insurance in case Arrizabalaga does get injured. And in addition to this, I'm going to be sending out my 5-star scouts to search for a young goalkeeper who will honestly be about just as good as this guy. As transfer deadline day comes to an end, we'll take a look at some of the top deals. Lewandowski on over to PSG for 54 million. I believe they've also signed Sergio Aguero, so PSG is going to be stacked going forward. Alexis Sanchez on his way to Bayern for 53.5, and Toni Kroos on his way to Manchester City for 51.5 million. Of course, we have added Aubameyang to our team, so we'll look at our squad now. 85 rated Aubameyang up front at our right striker position, and he looks like an immense player for us. We'll look at his stats really quickly. 95 sprint speed, 96 acceleration, of course, are the standout stats right there, but he's also quite skillful. A lot of stats in the dark green, so he isn't just pacey, he also has the ability to dribble by players and create some opportunities for us. 3-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, high-low work rates, and 6'2" as well, so we should be able to get some headers for us. But guys, that's going to bring an end to today's episode and an end to the transfer window. Hope you have enjoyed some of the signings I have made. I tried to look over the comments as much as I could, and we're going to have enough budget to potentially make some more signings in January. So if you guys did enjoy today's episode, make sure to leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new around here, and until the next episode of this West Ham Career Mode, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.